Hello guys and welcome to Wolf Nation. My name is Mo and today I'm going to watch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood episode 10. So last episode, Edward, he was still healing in the hospital after his battle with number 66, and then Envy. Also his arm, he was missing the screw and he needed it repaired. So he called up Envy. Now that would be terrible. He called up Winry, and she fixed him up, but she gave him a lecture about fighting and also not talking to her. Al, a lot of things was going through his head. He was starting to believe what number 48 told him, that he's not really a real boy, that he was just a creation, and that, Edward, Winry, Grandma, basically everyone was lying to him. So he ended up, especially since he remembered a conversation with his brother, that his brother was afraid to tell him something, and then they got interrupted. So he was thinking maybe his brother was about to tell him that he wasn't really real. So he ended up confronting Edward about it. Like true brothers, they fought it out, but eventually Al, he really believed Edward, and they're back to being the duo that they've been since the beginning. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen next. We also got a glimpse of Scar. He's recovering in this sort of slum with other Shvalians. And something about his tattoo they mentioned. I'm not sure what exactly it is, if it gets its power or what. But yeah, let's dive into it, guys. Enough talking. Here we go. Oh, this is a flashback to the war. It'd be interesting if we could actually see what started it all. I know they had accidentally killed a girl, but there was tension before that, if I'm not mistaken.
But however little strength
and battles before that.
I'll do everything humanly possible to protect the people I love.
Colonel Mustang.
And in turn, they'll protect the ones they love. It seems like the least we tiny humans can do for each other.
Sounds like a pyramid scheme. There's just one thing. If you hope to eventually protect everyone, then you'll have to figure out a way to stand at the top of the pyramid.
Or Bradley.
I can only imagine how good it must feel up there, Hughes.
So he's been plotting ever since the war to become top dog.
I can get. There's no doubt about that.
You're not very subtle, you know. You've got my support.
Looks like state alchemists
just ask me.
are the ones wearing white jackets.
And maybe your naive idealism might actually do some good.
I wonder if he knows.
Well, the last thing I remember was this guy kicking me.
It's odd that he let you live. But what about this sacrifice and these other armored souls?
Not to mention the Ouroboros tattoos in the transmutation circle. And Dr. Marco claims that they were using the Philosopher's Stones in Ishval.
He's got a good memory.
Every clue we have to work with seems to lead to its own mystery.
Not much we can do about that, though. Any answers we might have found are under a ton of rubble back in the lab.
They are talking about some seriously crazy stuff in there.
You've heard the old cliche about how curiosity killed the cat, right? Well, it's true.
Pardon me, Lieutenant.
Satisfaction brought him back.
I'm looking for Edward Elric, the Fullmetal Alchemist.
Sure. This is his...
I'll run a
Pure
search
Bradley.
and see if I can find some priors on anyone with an Ouroboros tattoo.
Very good. And while you do that, I'll continue looking into the research team that was working
better
with
hide those
Dr.
papers.
Marco in Ishval.
Sorry to interrupt.
Sir Bradley, Your Excellency.
Calm down, gentlemen. This is just an informal
Seems
visit.
like such a good guy.
What may I please ask the
Or he's a
occasion,
decent
sir?
guy,
This
but
young man.
I don't think he is.
I thought a nice melon might cheer you up.
I guess.
I
Melon.
understand you've been checking up on some of the senior staff. Is this true, Major Armstrong?
Yes, sir, but, how did you know I was,
You should know that nothing gets past me, Major. And now you.
Does he know he's investigating the military?
Tell me what you know about the Philosopher's Stone.
kidding. There's no reason for you to be so uptight. I know that there's been some suspicious activity within the military lately, and I believe it's necessary for something to be done about it. Oh, that's just, a list of the research team assigned to study the Philosopher's Stone. Every person listed in this document has been reported missing.
Dang.
They all vanished several days before the fifth laboratory collapse. It seems the enemy is always one step ahead of us. Major Armstrong, Lieutenant Colonel Hughes, RWBY brothers. You've all proven yourselves to be men of a trustworthy character. From this point forward, I'm giving you the direct order to forget this matter and all that it concerns. And
Damn
this
it.
time, suspicion is our strongest line of offense, and our only form of defense is discretion. Do not trust anyone. Keep this to yourselves at all costs. However, when I deem the time is right to confront the enemy, I expect you to be prepared to join me in the effort. Sir!
So he wants them to drop their investigation?
Bradley been through here?
Gotta go. Damn bodyguard is my shadow. You see, I've snuck away to get a few minutes of privacy. Well, farewell for now.
Hey, Ed.
Still don't know if I can.
What's going
If I
on?
should trust
Did I miss
him or not.
something?
Not really. Just a tornado passing by.
And where are you heading off to this time? What's in Dublin?
Well, with the way things have gone lately, Al and I decided we should go back and visit our old teacher.
I think I'm too scared, brother. There's no way she's not gonna kill us.
Look, don't you chicken out on me now. I'm scared too.
Is that their old alchemy
What
teacher?
exactly does this person teach?
It appears you have a rather lengthy journey ahead of you.
He's gonna say he should join them.
Well, let's see. There it is. All the way down here.
They better look at that map.
What is it?
That! Right there! Right before Dublin! It's the holy land of Automail Engineering! It's Rush Valley! We have to go! We have to go! We have to go! You have to take me!
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. But they take you anyway.
Well, somebody has to pay for my travel fare!
And why does it have to be me?
Come on, brother. What's the big deal? It's on our way.
Only if you want to, Al.
I've got to call and tell Grandma.
Road trip.
It's time for bye-bye. Daddy's gotta go to work now.
Daddy, come home early today, okay?
Well, I can try.
She is so cute.
Daddy has a bunch of important work that needs to be done, but I promise I'll do it as fast as possible.
All right, don't be late now.
Well, Miss Rockbell, I probably won't see you again before your train leaves, but it's been fun. Oh, and tell the boys I said goodbye.
Thanks, Mr. Hughes. I really appreciate your hospitality.
You just make sure to come visit us anytime you're in Central, okay? Our home is your home, too. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye, hon.
Right.
He's a real stand-up guy, isn't he?
You be safe out there.
So why is it suddenly so important that you guys see your teacher?
Well, there are a couple of reasons. For starters, I'm a little tired of getting my ass kicked.
Wait, is this some kind of combat teacher? Why don't you just quit fighting?
Oh, that'd be nice. But sorry, it's not as simple as that, okay? This isn't only about our fighting. Our core needs a little work, too. Right, Al?
Exactly. We feel like seeing our teacher will help us grow and make us stronger on the inside.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna need as much strength as we can get.
So that teacher taught him how to fight. I thought it was gonna be the
What's reason 2?
alchemist teacher.
To see what she can tell us about the Philosopher's Stone.
Oh,
And
she
to
is.
ask her about the truth within the truth. We haven't gotten any closer to figuring it out. There's a chance our teacher knows something about it.
East has been a real hotbed, huh?
I'm afraid it's not just the East.
That's
There
it.
have been reports of uprisings in the North and West as well.
The bodies are piling up all over. The government's gonna have a hard time keeping control at this rate.
Did he realize something or
Colonel Hughes, is something wrong?
I'll be in the archive room. The ore. These endless uprisings. The Philosopher's Stone. Human sacrifices. And the outright genocide of the Ishmaelan people. This means, how could this even happen? And who could have orchestrated
Wasn't
something
it
as terrible as this?
under Fear Bradley?
Right away.
Celeste?
Hello, Lieutenant Colonel. to meet you. Well, actually,
Come
hello
on.
really isn't the word I'm looking for.
She better not kill him.
Full
Don't kill him.
cool tattoo you got there.
Those are your last words. Wouldn't you rather scream?
Okay, it's just the arm. Come on, get up. Get some backup or escape or something.
Damn it.
Oh, nice one. It didn't do much, but
Damn it. That's exactly how I feel.
Who gets to hear about your daughter this time?
she's freaking immortal. or
Lieutenant
What?
Colonel, you're bleeding!
It's nothing. I need a private line.
Why not ask her for backup?
Sorry. Forget I was here.
What? Sir!
What, he doesn't
Eastern Command.
trust the line will be private or what?
Mustang right away.
I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to connect from an outside line.
You are speaking to Lieutenant Colonel Hughes. This is a matter of life and death.
It was verified. Please hold while I connect.
Will you hurry? It's an emergency.
Son of a bitch.
I need to ask you to put down the receiver. Please, sir.
Maria? Don't tell me
Go
she's
on.
fucking evil.
Just hang it up.
You look just like. But you're not. Who the hell are you, lady?
Oh,
I'm
envy?
Second Lieutenant Ross, sir. You've lost too much blood.
Drop the act already. You're not
How did
Second
he know,
Lieutenant
though?
Ross. She has a mole under her left eye.
You're observant.
Yes, he is.
forgot. There, how do I look now?
This is not happening. Please tell me I'm hallucinating or something.
You really are a smart man, Lieutenant Colonel. Did you ever think that'd be the cause of your death?
Come on, have a heart, will ya? I've got a wife and daughter waiting for me. So the last thing I'm gonna do is die on them.
Okay, that's messed up.
You look surprised.
What the hell are you?
Fuck.
Hey, Hughes. Hughes. You okay? Hughes!
You humans don't make any sense to me. You throw away your
Son of a
lives for
bitch.
nothing.
Gracia. I'm so sorry. Alicia. Remember, Daddy loves you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And that little girl's not gonna have a father.
She's down on a list of things I'm gonna eat when I have a mouth again. Well, she gave me the recipe, so when you're back to normal, I'll make it for you.
And what the hell did he realize that made him a target to be killed?
Such a good time staying with them. They're both really great people.
Yeah, but Hughes is obnoxious. He doesn't know when to shut up, and he
He's
spoils
gonna-
his daughter rotten.
Regret saying that when he
We
finds
do come
out.
by your hospital room a lot to talk to you.
Every damn day. He always made it a point to come and keep me company. And it didn't matter when. He'd even blow off work.
We should figure out some way to thank him next time we're there.
Yeah, we should.
Mommy, why are they putting all that dirt on Daddy?
They're burying you, dear.
But if Daddy gets buried, then he won't be able to do all his work.
Alicia.
Daddy said he has a bunch of work he needs to do. No! Stop it! Stop putting dirt on him! Daddy!
You were supposed to be helping me work my way up through the ranks. You got it all backwards. You damn crazy fool.
Colonel.
Alchemists as a whole, we really are horrible creatures, aren't we? There's a side of me that's desperately be trying to crack the theories of human transmutation right now. I think I understand what drove those boys when they tried to bring back their mother.
Are you alright, Colonel?
Yeah, I'm fine. Except, it's a terrible day for rain.
What do you mean? It's not raining.
Yes, it is. The code that he gave the operator is only supposed to be used for military emergencies. So what was it? What the hell was he trying to tell me?
Colonel?
Maybe that there's someone in the inside working with lust and
We
envy.
have a strong lead on some potential suspects in the murder of Lieutenant Colonel Hughes.
Then why aren't you hunting them down right now?
We're confident that we know who committed the crime, but we're unsure of their identities.
That doesn't make sense, Major. Clarify for me.
I'm afraid I cannot.
I'm telling you to explain as your commanding officer. You're disobeying a direct order, Major.
I cannot tell you.
I apologize for my tone. You're dismissed.
Sir,
You can't tell him because of
actually,
What Fear Bradley
sir,
said?
there is another matter I've neglected to mention. The RWBY brothers were recently here. They only departed a couple of days ago.
And did they manage to find whatever they were looking for?
No, sir. That would be rather difficult as they are pursuing a legend.
Is that so? Well, thanks for your help. He was more helpful than he meant to be. He said that they had a strong lead, singular tense, on a few suspects, multiple suspects, which leads me to believe they suspect a group is responsible. And his obstinate refusal to talk, even though I ordered him to, can only mean there's gotta be an officer above me that's ordered him to keep quiet.
exactly.
Most likely someone of senior ranking. The last clue was that he happened to mention the RWBY brothers. They were researching the Philosopher's Stone.
I hate to
Damn,
say
so you
it,
get him
but
hints
sounds
without
like there
even
might be some
telling him
kind of
anything.
conspiracy going on here. How does it all tie together?
That's the big question.
It's gotta be Fear Bradley.
But Hughes,
Right.
I'd say he deserves an answer. Once I'm transferred to Central, I'm gonna start shaking things up until I find one.
Doesn't sound like you to mix your public and personal concerns.
There's no difference between the two. I will become the Führer of this country, and I will take vengeance for Hughes. I will do these things because I have to do them. I'm going after the senior staff. Are you with me, Lieutenant?
Do you even have to ask?
Okay, guys, that was Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, episode 10. That grave scene with the little girl, I wasn't sure I was going to make it through that scene. So, Lieutenant Colonel Hughes, he's dead. And I really liked him as well. But I'm trying to figure out how the hell did Lust know that he figured out something? And what the hell did he figure out? He was talking about the Chevalier War, the Philosopher's Stone, who could have orchestrated all of it. I guess the obvious answer would be Fear Bradley, right? Because he did show up in the hospital, sort of, confronting them about the Philosopher's Stone and their investigation. And if I'm not mistaken, he told them to basically drop it until he finds more information, and then for them to be ready to fight. I think that's what he said. So he knows that they're investigating. He knows about, I don't know, could it be him? But who else would have orchestrated it? Like, he's the one in charge of the war, right? And he's the one who caused the genocide. And well, I guess we're not sure if he's really doing the research regarding the Philosopher's Stone, but I gotta put my money on him until we find a better candidate. So I guess he's the one who told Lust. If so, then why not go after Major Armstrong as well? Unless in that moment when he was doing his research, he figured out, Lieutenant Colonel Hughes, he figured out that it's Fuhrer Bradley, because he did, initially he went to the phone and wanted to make a private call to the Fuhrer, right? But after that, he put the phone down and decided to call Colonel Mustang. Huh. So it's gotta be, right? Why would he change from calling Fuhrer Bradley to Colonel Mustang? They were talking about Leor, which is in the east, along with Schwal. There's an uprising there. That's where Father Cornell, that's where he was preaching about his religion. But they said that there's also uprising in the north along with the west, so there's uprising everywhere, and the military is going to have its hand full. But I'm wondering if lust and envy are the causes behind those uprisings, because that's what they wanted to happen with Father Cornell, along with, followers as well. So the boys, they're going back to the teacher. I believe she's the one who taught them how to fight, along with alchemy. Well, they learned pretty much alchemy by themselves, but maybe the more advanced alchemy. Because they did said that they want to learn more information regarding the Philosopher's Stone, and also they wanted to build their core. So I believe they learned both combat and alchemy from her, if I'm not mistaken, but could be one or the other. But she doesn't know about what they did, so they're afraid of what she's gonna do to them when she finds out. And it's gonna be interesting to find out what exactly is, Colonel Mustang gonna be able to do, and how he's gonna plan on taking down the Fuhrer. Because he wants to become Fuhrer, but he also wants revenge for his friend, and those are pretty much hand in hand right now. So I'm definitely looking forward to the next episode. As always, guys, hit me in the comments, let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Till next time, guys.